Before going into the question, let's discuss what's Aufbau Principle and Hund's rule. Aufbau Principle states that how electrons fill two orbitals in an order. We know that order is according to the energy of the orbitals. We know that electrons fills like this. First they fill into the 1s orbital, then it fills 2s, then is 2p, 3s, 3p, then after it's not 3D, it's 4s, then it fills 3D, 4p, 5s, then it fills 4D, 5p, 5p, 4f, 4f, 5D, like that. Let's discuss what Hund rule says. Let's as an example take 2p orbitals. Hund rule states that the electrons prefer to fill into an empty orbital rather than pairing up in the same orbital. What's that mean? Let's say this orbital is filled with one electron. Now, how about the next electron? Is it filled to here or here? What Hund rule says? Hund rule says that electrons like to fill into an empty orbital rather than pairing up. So that means it fills into this empty orbital, then the next electron fills to this empty orbital. Now the empty orbitals are out. Now it's time to pairing up. Now this pairs up, then this, then this. That's what Hund rule says. Now let's focus on the question. First, let's see what violates the Aufbau principle. We can see that there are 2s orbitals and 2p orbitals. According to Aufbau principle, we can see that the first orbital to fill is 2s, then 2p. So now let's see which ones violate Aufbau principle. We can see that the first one is according to the Aufbau principle. We can see that the 2s empty orbitals are filled with 2 electrons. Now in second one, we can see that it's does not according to the Aufbau principle, so it violates the Aufbau principle. This is according to the Aufbau principle. This also according to the Aufbau principle. In the fifth question, we can see that it also violates the Aufbau principle as it did not completely fill the 2s orbital. Now let's see which answers violates Hund's rule. We can see that in first answer it violates Hund rule as it didn't completely fill this empty orbital before pairing up. So this violates the Hund's rule. In second answer also it violates the Hund rule as there is a pairing up before filling up this empty orbital. We can see that in third answer it's according to the Hund's rule, and then fourth is also according to the Hund's rule, and fifth is also according to the Hund's rule. Now we can see that only number 2 violates both Aufbau and Hund's rule.